Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here, welcome back to another video for the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Only this time, I'm bringing you guys gameplay from the full game. I am going to begin this, however, by saying that there will be no spoilers in this video. But also, given that we are still a week away from launch, there is only so much I can show you. But of course, as we get closer, I will have much more for you then. But in the meantime, I wanted to answer the question, just how big is the map in Breath of the Wild? One of the awesome things about this game is that you truly can play it however you like, and being someone that likes to explore, I decided to use my time doing just that. I actually did a video on this way back, shortly after E3 last year, where I used the time taken to cross the plateau, and extrapolated that out based on the map grid we were able to see at the time and attempted to make an estimate. However, now that I have access to the full game, I can be a little bit more precise. My original estimate wasn't actually that far off, to be honest. However, the one flaw in the original video was that calculations were based on the map grid and not the actual map. See, now that I actually have time to explore, while the map does indeed still sit within this grid, the edge of the world, so to speak, doesn't sit flush with the edge of the grid. So there's probably about a square either side that you can't actually get to. Not a problem, but obviously something I didn't account for in my last video. Anyway, with that in mind, my experiment for this was quite simple. I started at the southernmost part of the map, and I walked the straightest line possible all the way north. Now, when I say walk, I mean jog. Basically, push the analog stick forward, and that was the speed I was going. At no point did I use the sprint function, not even when enemies were near. I just jogged past them and hoped they wouldn't kill me. There are, of course, a few select situations where I had to scale cliff faces and glide down the other side, but I tried to keep these to a minimum, and if I did glide, I dropped straight down and used the glider to break my fall so as to avoid using it to travel too far. Furthermore, there were a couple of situations where I had to make ever so slight detours because I needed to use a bridge to cross the lake, since the stamina system in-game means I can't swim indefinitely, and also at one point I did have to take a slightly wider route to avoid a guardian because you sure as hell can't out-jog those things. But, all of that aside, as mentioned, I walked the straightest line possible from south to north, some of which you can see in the background. I can't show you the entire run, not even sped up because there are embargoes in place, but in the interest of time, I then ended up here, at the northernmost point. And this journey took me a grand total of 28 minutes and 19 seconds. Now that's pretty big. However, it's important to realise south to north is the shortest journey. The map is actually bigger east to west, but I didn't have access to all of that just yet, so let's use a little bit of maths to work this out. North to south, the map is broken into 16 squares. Meanwhile, east to west, the map is made up of 19 squares. So if 16 squares takes 28 minutes and 19 seconds, let's just say 28 minutes for the time being, that means one square on average takes 1 minute and 45 seconds. So times that by 19 and we have 33 minutes and 25 seconds, give or take. Again, factoring in the edge of the map. So in summary, around 28 minutes north to south, 33 minutes east to west. That is pretty big. As a comparison point, I did a similar test with Twilight Princess last year and it took just 12 minutes to walk from south to north. So it goes without saying, the Breath of the Wild has a pretty big map. Sure, maybe not as big as that of, say, GTA, but also remember that games like GTA are built with cars in mind, so when people conduct walking tests, it often ends up being a bit of an artificial number. Sure, I did the same here, but you'll generally be spending a lot more time walking and running around in this game versus some others. However, comparisons aside, just exploring, running around, and just having fun in the world, this feels massive. And it's of course also important to remember that there is so much to do in this world. Shrines to discover and solve, collectibles to find, tons of side missions on top of the main missions, roaming boss-like enemies, and lots of other stuff that I can't talk about. So in short, the map is pretty damn big. It feels awesome to explore, and I'm now going to go back to playing it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, hopefully it's given you guys some insight into the world that lies ahead. Be sure to check out all the other Nintendo Switch coverage I uploaded yesterday if you missed it, and also stay tuned later on today because I'll have more Zelda videos coming your way. Also, if you guys want a place to chat Nintendo or other games spoiler free, then I also have a Discord, I'll drop a link to that down below. Feel free to drop in and say hi. Anyway, thank you for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.